Oh, you didn't know I had so many? That's the one Stella got me for Christmas. When you guys acted like you were shoplifting in order to get to the register without me noticing. Start out by showing you, this is the most expensive knife that I have yet. It is a Benchmade Hidden Canyon in S90V. It's been a great knife. Used it to gut a deer with it this last fall. But the one thing with S90V is it is a little brittle. And there are just a few microchips in the edge. But, you know, if you buy a Benchmade, you can send it in, they'll take care of it. And I definitely wanted a little pocket, or a little fixed blade knife. And that's why I ended up with this one. And honestly, I love this knife. But I'm not really here to talk about this knife. This knife, I think I paid like $230 some for it, maybe a little more. Maybe it's closer to 300 bucks, and that's definitely not in everybody's budget. But these might be. I got 4 of them. These are Ozark Trail fixed blades. I definitely wouldn't mind taking one of these out to the woods to see how it did against the Benchmade. If I'm fortunate enough to get a deer this fall. The first one I got is this one. My daughter got it for me for Christmas. So this one probably won't see a lot of use. There's a lot more sentimental value in that one than anything monetary. I should mention that these knives, you can get them for like $5 and some change a piece. And if you get lucky like I did, then you might even find them on the clearance aisle, which those 3 came from the clearance aisle for I think $2 a piece. So these are without a doubt the least amount of money I've spent on a knife. All the knives are virtually the same. These two both have rubberized handles on them. This one has the black coating on the blade. This one is also rubberized, but it's definitely textured, and it's also got a serrated blade. I gotta believe there's not a lot of information on these. It's probably a pretty low grade stainless, but they do feel really sharp. Ergonomics on them are actually really pretty nice. And the sheaths aren't too bad either. As long as you hear that click when you put it in, it's not falling out. This one, just noticed, honestly, that this one has a little bit different sheath setup with a little thing to put your push the sheath off with your thumb. It's kind of nice. The other ones don't have that, and they do work the same. Yeah, great little knives for the money. This one has some kind of a plasticky handle that is definitely not real wood. It's like plastic that's been, you know, screen printed. Honestly, if you look at it closely, it looks like somebody blew up an image of a piece of wood and like put it on there. But this one, you know, same blade on all of them. I think they say it's a 3-inch blade, 7 inches overall. But I'm definitely thinking I might try to take one of these out in the woods this year. You know, see if it's actually capable of processing a deer like the Benchmade was. You know, I don't know if it'll stay sharp enough to finish, but you know, see if it doesn't chip like the Benchmade did. One thing I gotta say, I've never seen a single company do this other than these Ozark Trails. This Benchmade has a really nice Kydex sheath on it. I had to add this to wear it on a belt. There's no way to attach it to the belt. My belts aren't an inch wide. But the one problem is the rivet holes don't have spacing that work with any kind of attachment that I've ever found. It just, yeah, they're just at a different spacing than what this will bolt up onto. So carrying it wasn't bad, but you know, if it was poking you in the ribs, you had to undo your belt to take it off. More companies need to do is actually put the pocket clip or the belt clip on it like you would have on a folder. That's pretty nice. You know, you can clip it into your pocket, and when you get in the car, you can take it off, set it on the dash or in the center console. I actually think that's probably about one of the nicer features on these things is that stupid little clip that nobody seems to put on. I think a lot more companies should look into doing that. A lot of companies make expensive titanium aftermarket clips for your pocket knives. Some of these knife manufacturers with their fixed blades need to reach out to them and come up with something for their sheaths on their fixed blades, because I like the fact that I can just unclip it when I'm driving or when it's getting in my way and just set it down and not have to undo my belt to do it. So that is something that is really nice about them. Overall, they all have great ergonomics. I said that already, but they got a pretty nice feel to the blade. They're all really sharp, real thick spines. Even if it is a low grade steel, I think it probably would last for a little bit. Also, being that it is a low grade steel, would definitely be a knife you could consider for, you know, maybe somebody younger, because it'd be easier to sharpen than say something in S90V. S90V is not as easy to sharpen. Definitely not for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. And on this, you know, $5 and some change, if you want to learn how to sharpen, pick one of these bad boys up. Can't really ruin it, and if you do, you're not out that much money. Yeah, overall, I really like these things, and I've seen a lot of other people talk about them, and everybody seems to really think these are pretty good knives for the money. I definitely agree with that. I have seen people say that the sheaths don't hold the knife. I don't think that's true. I think they just don't know what they're doing. Just got to push it in until you feel it click. Some of them are a little bit more audible where you can hear them. I think it's actually this one that's got the little thumb stud on it, but yeah, you hear it click, you know you're locked in. It ain't coming out. I definitely would recommend these knives. They seem to be really well built. Also, I would recommend the Benchmade, but that, like I said, is definitely not in everybody's budget and not everybody's experience level. These are great for beginners. Simple Lansky stone set will easily put an edge back on if you dull them out. You don't need to worry about having any diamond stones because the blades are too hard. They're definitely going to be on the side of soft. So I recommend them for anybody like that. And maybe your entire collection does consist of expensive knives. I definitely think one of these is worth having just to beat the tar out of. You know, just so you don't have to take your expensive knife with you. I don't carry the Benchmade on me very often because honestly I would die a little bit inside if I happen to lose it somehow, because you know that this for me is an expensive knife, you know, and some people might think otherwise, but this is definitely one that I couldn't just replace like I could any of these Ozark Trails. So I definitely think, you know, great for beginners and great for people that might want to put some of their more expensive knives at a little less risk, you know, like carrying them around their job site or whatever. So I definitely think, you know, anybody could really benefit from having one of those.